Zarcone's three-match winning streak is this guy, Andy Reddick, 44 years old from Hamburg. Been bowling for 35 of those 44 years, and we're back to another lefty Sue with Andy, but he's got an outstanding resume as a bowler as well, too. And but once again, a first-time beat-the-champ bowler, and we'll see how Andy responds to the pressures that come along with that.
Yeah, the left-handers really did have good ball reaction here for the tournament, so we've seen a lot of them.
So here's our first look at Andy. And the lefty's first throw is successful. Good strike right off the bat for Andy Reddick. Nice little smile on his face, and now we get Mike Zarcone, who's trying to do a couple of things on Beat the Champs history books. As we mentioned, only one other bowler has won a weekly sweep of all three matches, and that was John Palmer, so Mike's got a chance to do that. And Mike has a chance to match as the only bowler to win 4 in a row.
This could be a very successful day for him.
So Mike Zarcone, who had advanced on from our show a week ago with the win over Jason Siliberto, has already beaten Steve Gorbiala and Mike Kemp to get here. So far, Mike on the day has put up 212 and 258 scores. And he will start this match against Andy Reddick with a spare. Don't forget, at the conclusion of this match, towards the end of this match, we'll have our Gary Pools Great Grill giveaway watch and win word. Then you can go to WBBZ.tv and enter to win a Broilmaster H4 Deluxe Gas Grill from Gary Pools and Leisure. Contest rules and registrations at WBBZ.tv. No purchase necessary. There's a strike from Mike Zarcone.
So even though Andy's a bit of a newcomer to the show, he's not a newcomer to the bowling community. He's got a lot of accolades to his benefit.
Yeah, well, you know, when he stays busy, Monday nights bowls regularly at Abbott, and then on Tuesday in that league that we talked about at the Edge, which is kind of the tough shot league a little bit, right? And then travels on Saturdays and travel leagues as well, too. So, and he's got some nice accomplishments as well, too. 215 state doubles tournament, 6-time amateur bowling tour winner, and the one that jumps out the most at me is 3 top 10 overall Masters finishes. And a strike for Andy Reddick in the second frame. You put up, you're good with me if you got 1 Obenauer Masters top 10. But you put 3 of them on the board, knowing how grueling that tournament is, and it just concluded a couple of weeks ago over at Airport Lanes, and Ryan Simonelli coming up with the win in that one this year. But that was the first thing I learned when I started to figure out the bowling world here in Buffalo when I got up here, was the Obenauer Masters is the true ultimate test of bowlers in this town.
Absolutely.
Regular occupation for Andy, works for the Department of Homeland Security. And the pesky 7 will not go down, so Andy's looking at his first spare attempt here in in frame number 3. 13 career 300 games for Andy Reddick, and a high 858 series in his career. Good numbers there.
858 is a big number.
Sure is.
We're seeing more and more of those high 800s. That's those as the bowlers come through, beat the champ. We see the 840s, 850s.
And there's the spare pickup for Andy Reddick in the 3rd frame. We'll turn it over back to Mike Zarcone, 48 years old, from Tonawanda, New York, with a healthy 238 average. And that is an average that comes from, as we talked about before, pretty much bowling every day of the week.
Yeah.
And a slip sliding away was that 10 pin to give Mike the strike. That thing looked like it was going to move from one corner to the other and just slide on over the lacrosse.
And they have.
Have you seen that happen?
Not all the way to the other side, but I've seen it. The 10 pin move over and stand in, more of the middle of the lane, a different pin position.
And if you didn't know whose ball he's using, you got a good look at it right there. You told me they put those logos in the right places. Fourth 4th frame for Mike Sargent.
Great shot.
3 in a row. And now the pressure goes back on Andy. Andy's got a good crowd of folks cheering him on here today at the Tonawanda Bowling Center. A bunch of family led by his mom and his dad and his daughter here as well, too.
Again, it's a family sport.
That's right. That's what we like about it. That's
I'm sure he bowled with his dad and his daughter.
That's exactly what he said to us. Learned to bowl from his dad. It was a family weekly activity when he was growing up. He's maintained that love of the sport, although I don't know that he's loving it right at this moment, is he?
No.
And it's 7, 8, 10 split. Well, no, a 4, 7, 10 split,
4-7-10.
right? Does that have a nickname?
Not that I'm aware of.
Killer, whatever the most frustrating thing you can come up with is.
Match killer.
Yeah, well, something like that, yeah. So let's see what Andy can do with this.
You can slide the 4 into the 7, though. Or 4 into the 10. Just like that.
Got it! How about that? Just like you told him to do. Wow, that was pretty cool to see. We have not seen a lot of those mastered.
That's not an easy
It is not
killer
easy.
shot.
That is a kill. You're right. He killed it all right.
The action will continue on Beat the Champ in just a minute.